Welcome back, everybody, to ESA Summer 21. We're here to raise money for Save the Children. Links to donate can be found just below the stream. We'd also like to thank Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now, it's time for FBI Michael Scarn to run Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Take it away.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is a face reveal for those who do know me. And no, I am not Steve Carell moonlighting as a speedrunner on here. I am here with ChronoCross77, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone, ChronoCross77. Been best friends with the runner for over 30 years, and you're all definitely in for a treat tonight, so enjoy.
So before we get started, just a couple accessibility options. QT autocomplete, it is faster on this, unfortunately, as much as I do love button mashing. And changing button taps to holds actually does speed up a couple spots later on. We'll turn on subtitles. And I'll count down once I hit start, it goes. 3, 2, 1, start. We open with 2 minutes and 40 seconds of cutscenes. Now this run is New Game Ultimate. There is also a New Game Plus Ultimate. However, this one is much more difficult than the other since you do not have like a free Mega Venom Blast Revive, Third Takedown, and amongst other like just a bunch of other extra damage you get. Bosses hit a little bit harder too, just because you do not have the upgrades or like health from getting to like level 30. You start at literally level 1.
Sounds easy.
There is 52 minutes and 31 seconds of cutscenes currently in the game. So in honor of that, I will be donating at least $52.31 for that for the rest of the run. And in addition to that, every minute that I'm under the estimated time, which is 3 hours, 10 minutes, which was pretty aggressive before, since I only had a world record at 3:05, like as of 3 days ago. I'll be donating $5 towards that. And if I do die, if I can't save Miles, can at least save the children, so I'll donate $10 on top of that for every death. But yeah, 52 minutes, strap up. If there are any donations you'd like to read, there's still another minute 20 before we actually get into the action here.
Sounds good to me. I do have a $40 donation that came in from Sammy. It says, this is my first time catching ESA, but I love the cause and I love the gameplay. Much love to everyone here. Well, much love to you, Sammy. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Yeah, maybe. Original's just my guy, you know? Yeah, I know.
So a thing to keep in mind the entire run, because you will have to watch pretty much all these cutscenes. Miles is the absolute worst at keeping a secret.
Beautiful work, by the way. Maybe leave a little room for
There might be 10, maybe 20 people that don't know his identity by the end of the game. About on par with like Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 2. So setting this up, this does take place shortly after the events of Spider-Man 2018. Miles is still getting his feet wet, but he does have his powers already. And head into the first swinging section here as they babysit a convoy carrying a Rhino. So there's a lot of tutorial prompts early on in here. Couple schools of thought on fastest swinging. Generally, your route is the most important. Not quite as in-depth swinging-wise as it is in like Spider-Man 2 for PS2 Classic. You have to distinguish which Spider-Man you are talking about, because there have been so many. Including Teg's run of Spider-Man 2002 earlier on, which was great. But yeah, generally, as long as you keep max speed, you are good. You can cut it off with a X for like the one web zip line. It's a little easier on New Game Plus because you actually get 2 of those just from all your upgrades. And the other thing you get is an ability that can convert your extra camouflage energy into Venom juice. So you can Venom Dash at a much higher clip. Here I don't even get Venom Dash for another hour and a half through the run.
Okay, be cool. Be cool. Helping Spider-Man protect a giant prison convoy? You can handle this. Breathe in, breathe out. Be cool.
and right into like another minute and a half of cutscenes if you get any more donations.
Absolutely. I've got $20 coming in from Low Fat Evan saying, "Good luck with the Miles Morales run, Chris." Great commenter choice.
Very carefully.
Thank you, Evan. Another lifelong friend of ours for like 30 years. We appreciate the support, dude.
I've also got $25 coming in from Chompy McChomp that says, "Godspeed, Spider-Man."
Oh, God. Another lifelong friend of the Scarn family as well. Thank you very much, Chomp.
And with that, that concludes all of our mutual friends.
So yeah, equally unsuccessful convoy trip here. If you're flying a helicopter in New York, probably not the greatest idea in these two games. Did not turn out well in Pete's 2018 version either. Although this one lasted a little bit longer, I feel. So this is a raw new game run, so you will not see like all the upgraded abilities until like much later on. It does make some of the transition free roam sections a lot spicier though, because I actually have to be busy on it instead of just waiting for the next event trigger. Because they gate you about 4 or 5 times in the game where you can't really progress. And this run does pick up steam as it goes. It gets pretty nasty. There's very few spots where I'm not like 2 to 3 hits away from death the entire time.
Before that happens.
Hello, tiny spiders.
Is that Paul Giamatti? Wow. What a realistic rendition.
Finally getting that Amazing Spider-Man 2 sequence at the end.
Miles, I've got Rhino, but you have to contain these.
So these regular prison escapees, they only take 3 webs to actually take out.
Never gonna trust me on a mission like this again.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most efficient ways to kill enemies is by webbing them and then throwing them down or knocking them into other obstacles.
All right then. I ain't going back to lockup.
Alright. Yeah, once those 6 are done, another mini cutscene, and then still a few more tutorials.
Nice, that was nice.
Nearly. Almost contained.
Yeah, if you don't heal there, they actually do, like, just leave, like, permanent slowdown time.
Whoa, great arm. You ever pitch? Seriously, you're AAA easy. Whole new career just waiting for you. Tell the street, Spider-Man. Honestly, kind of terrifying.
Yeah, enemies with firearms are extremely dangerous in this game, but the game does do a really good job of giving you indicators that give you enough time to dodge.
Yeah, the one thing on some of them later on, you have to be, like, out of the line of fire. You can't just get the perfect dodge. You can actually get still jacked up if you're in the line of fire, which makes sense, but you have to take extra caution on this difficulty because they can melt your bar, as you see there.
Yep.
About 5 seconds off the world record pace. I had just, the record was 3:05 when I submitted this, like, a couple months ago. Been grinding out most of the encounters in this. Thankfully, you don't have to sit through the cutscenes for that. The save system they implemented is great for actually, like, optimizing every single part of, like, the run, every combat encounter. Provides you with the patience to do manual saves. So the run went from 3:05 to 3:01 last week, and then on Monday actually just got it under 3 hours for the first time, so it is possible. However, it's also possible for the run to go really wrong. just because there's some of these fights where
Generating spectacle, one for minimizing destruction. Tomorrow's funeral headline's gonna be a doozy.
if I do not hit everything perfectly, they have some kind of anti-infinite defense that does crazy damage, especially on the final boss. You have to kind of cut yourself a little bit short if you can't fully break it.
Don't think like that. We're going to stop him. As long
And you lose like half your bar for one mistake, if not 3/4 in some of these sections.
as I give me a hand up here. Yeah.
Also, as the run got faster, I started taking less upgrades too. Ah, that was sloppy.
Okay, Pete. Yeah, I got this. Take it away, Capo.
And this will always be a Christmas game for me for sure. It's nice to see like a mall actually like packed, despite the rampaging Rhino coming through. This is definitely not shot in 2020, that's for sure.
I was gonna say, this might actually be what's going on at malls these days. I have no idea.
Fly fishing on the Volga. The power over life and death.
Everyone's favorite part. Cans. It was just cans. If only Miles was in Speed, that poor lady. She would have retained all her recyclables. So you actually do take damage on the Christmas tree, I believe, and this middle thing, but it's something that doesn't get unwound like the next checkpoint anyway.
I intend to enjoy.
They actually went a bit less cinematic on some of the boss fights later on, which I definitely prefer over what they did on Spider-Man 2018.
He's a low energy menace.
Definitely been good progress in this game, or from Insomniac in terms of developing like legit like character action boss fights.
Very fast.
Menace. A feckless, treacherous, unhinged menace.
Not nearly enough J. Jonah Jameson for my taste in this game, but what there is still pretty good.
Mijo, ¿dónde está? It's getting late.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, coconut milk. Still trying to find it. Been kind of an adventure.
Are you running?
Yeah, sorry. Trying to catch a train.
Mira, mijo, no seas mentiroso. Grab the milk and hurry home, please.
Sí, ma. Te quiero mucho.
Yo también te quiero.
Now or never, Miles. We gotta stop him. On my way. We gotta bring him down fast.
Decent swing, not too far off.
Yeah, what do we do?
Lost a little bit of time on the second wave of enemies, but still pretty close.
Bad, very bad.
Got some time for donations if you'd like.
Sounds good. I've got $10 coming in from Lucid Faith. It says, "Good luck, FBI Michael Scarn. I wish I was half the gamer you are."
Thank you, Lisa.
No. Oh, no, no, no.
One of my favorite streamers on Twitch for sure.
Headed your way. Be ready. Okay. Yeah.
Who also previously ran Spider-Man 2018. Far better than I ever did, actually. Alright, this section's where it starts to get a little bit spicier. You start to get a few new moves.
Police. Maybe don't bring RPGs to the prison convoy next time. Maybe don't bring RPGs anywhere.
Yeah, if you get them up against the wall, too,
No. Okay, that was pretty good.
it instantly will bind them to it. Or the floor. There are a couple ways to deal with it.
Yeah.
The faster you get up here, the quicker you can actually get your takedown tutorial to trigger. Yeah. After that, then every like 15 hits, you get a free takedown, which, especially on Ultimate, is generally faster than most everything. Also a good like filler for when you need to get your web shooters back in. Bully McGuire has no need for that though, but unfortunately he's not playable in this.
Pete, it's getting hairy out here. Police and escapees are shooting it out. Back up the police. I can hold out a little longer. He's counting on me. We gotta stop these guys. They're all over that bridge.
Yeah, finishes are not generally something you want to hold on to too long. They're pretty easy to get.
Yeah, depending on the enemy mix, it's usually not too bad to generate a new one. And early on, you cannot bank a second one until there's an upgrade about halfway through the game.
Right. Yep.
On New Game Plus, you can actually bank 3 like to start, so it's a huge benefit on
Pete, hang on, man. Hang on.
an area like this anyway. Also, one of the other key differences between New Game Plus and New Game, in addition to all like the other stuff that makes it way easier, along with like a free Mega Venom Blast when you would normally die on this.
Pete,
Oh, hang on one sec.
Pete. Pete, wake up. Wake up, man. Wake up, man.
Pete just gets absolutely bodied by Rhino. Whoever wrote this game definitely has like a huge love for Rhino. Maybe it was like Paul Giamatti's like a distant cousin.
This one will do.
Because Rhino gets way more action than he normally does. Typically, he is a tutorial boss, and like going back to like the Neversoft Spider-Mans in like 2000.
Back the hell.
But yeah, not having the ability that turns camo energy into Venom really like limits your offensive power early on for sure. Oh, and the other thing you will see shortly.
How am I even doing this? Electrocyte? Some kind of field induction?
Nice.
You survive while your mentor perishes. How unexpected.
The pre-order bonuses are like impossible to disable on this. I've tried like new raw accounts on this, and it still just does not wipe them clean. Like you can just do a quick play account. Oh, here's a ground bounce for if Rhino ever makes it into Marvel vs. Capcom, he's definitely gonna have that. But yeah, you'll see 3 extra points that I cannot use for upgrades through the entire run, otherwise it invalidates the run. And the other big thing is Gravity Well, which is like the 4th gadget. They have it unlocked by default. Cannot use that either through the entirety of the run. So I actually have to be very careful when I'm choosing my web gadgets, I guess if you want to say that, throughout the entire game. Yeah, that dodge is actually a little trickier than some of the others. You have to really hold your water. If you go too early, he just plows you, like, no problem. Alright, that was super clean. I will take that all day. Embarrassingly, I actually died to him this morning in practice, so I was trying something new. Definitely sticking with the old reliable on that. Got time for more donations here, as Topher Grace makes his entrance back into the Spider-Man series in about 2 minutes.
Excellent. Well, I've got $20 from Gravitas858. Says, thank you for doing what you do, Michael Scarn. Hope the run gets a great turnout.
Thank you very much.
Guys, wow, just wow. Simon Krieger, head of R&D at Roxxon Energy.
Still time for another, about 2 more minutes of cutscenes if you have any more donations.
Sorry.
Oh, gosh. Well, then let's
Yeah.
remind everybody what we're here to do, and that is to raise money for Save the Children. Now, Save the Children was the first global organization that was devoted solely to serving children's needs and securing their rights. They're often the first or only child-focused organization working in the hardest-to-reach places where it's toughest to be a child. As a result, Save the Children's teams have been proactive in preparedness for pandemic threats. They work with youth, their families, and their communities to make sure that young people's health needs get met. You can help give children a future by donating during this event. And so far, we've raised $35,575, a truly astonishing feat, but I know we can do better, and I would love to see those donations just pour in. So, dig deep, dig out those wallets, come on, get some donations in, you'll be eligible for some amazing prizes, and you're helping to support an amazing charity in the process.
Bioelectricity. Wow. Gotta be honest, little jealous.
Hey, look.
I got nothing on the OG.
It's great. Here's the new face model for Peter Parker they threw in
Voltage analysis?
the Spider-Man remastered version.
Man, yeah, sorry. I've been meaning
A
to
little
tell
hard for me to
you,
buy that he's been here for 8 years already.
for the next few weeks.
Is some kind of pee joke I don't get?
No, MJ's headed overseas for the Bugle and requested me as her photographer.
And this is the part where Spider-Man conveniently takes vacation for a good 2 weeks after getting bodied by Rhino.
Look, I don't know if I'm ready to fly solo. I screwed up today.
I mean, I'd probably leave the country too, based on how much of a jobber Rhino usually is in these games.
Bacon, Miles?
I got lucky.
Hey, I did this gig for 8 years without backup, and you better believe I screwed up lots of times. But that is how you learn.
What's this?
So actually 1.5 seconds above the record I had set out the other day. So looking pretty good. That run was pretty tight until the very end, so if I'm even, I'm ahead towards the end.
In my power to protect this city.
And yeah, the cutscenes taper off a bit after about the first hour.
That's it.
That oath a real thing.
Totally. Definitely didn't just make it up. See you in a few weeks, Spider-Man. New York's only Spider-Man.
He looks way too happy to be leaving.
It's been a rough year. Everybody's excited to fly again.
For sure.
Yep.
Well, that and it's Christmas in New York. Who doesn't want to go to warmer weather?
Absolutely. All right, so for this, it's the ASMR section. Since this will actually get like copyright struck. Unfortunately, it is like the best song in the entire game. We'll try to go through it. If I can hold my controller close to the mic, you can actually hear the cheesy thwip sounds that they threw in on the remote. God bless the new PS5 tech for that. And see in the upper corner, still have 3 skill points that I cannot use whatsoever in this run, just thanks to the pre-order bonuses that can't be disabled quite yet. So right here, Miles is swinging. Genki has a gift for him in the park. And if you can read the the subtitles here, Genki is absolutely geeking out that he got to fight the Rhino. Imagine if it was like Green Goblin or like Kingpin. He would have gone absolutely nuts.
Or the immortal Martin Lee.
Yeah, for sure. We'll ditch the cheesy suit that Pete gives you. It's kind of a slap in the face, if you ask me.
I'll let you know when I find it.
All right, and we're back.
Welcome to Just the Facts with me, your truth-slinging host with the most, J. Jonah Jameson.
What? Does Pete said it suits the autoplay Jameson show? Guy's a masochist.
So on these swings, the point launch is pretty lousy until you get like the New Game Plus. Well, not even New Game Plus. Just from the traversal challenges later. I feel like you're actually better off canceling it from my testing of it.
Been hearing good things about
This run's generally like so difficult, your swings are not going to be what like sets you from putting up a good time at all.
Making a real difference in our city. Today's topic?
It's more about actual like combat skill throughout this whole thing. Since you saw even like the first enemies, I took like one of those hits from
Spider-Man's incredible take.
guys with a machine gun, and Miles lost like 3/4 of his health.
Cast, new fif-
Another small little tutorial section here.
Your first holographic training challenge. These challenges
They loosen this a little bit on New Game Plus, but you still have to go through it.
focuses on a new move or technique. This one focuses on acrobatic improvisation. Get into position to start.
Hollow training?
I messed around with this quite a bit. These actually move depending on where you last finish off the group.
Training on your terms is a great
So it's kind of difficult to get like any kind of rhythm on it.
now follow up with a mid-air attack. And now a personal favorite, the swing kick.
This holotech is next gen. With the right parts, but I can make it portable.
Yeah, if you ring out these guys, instant death basically. It's about the fastest way to go through these. At least from my testing on this section.
And it's crazy satisfying to knock guys out with their own weapons.
Disarming is something you like rarely will see this run. It's just usually not worth the time.
Yeah, you're completely invulnerable while you're trying to do that, and it's rarely worth it.
Plus, the sounds they make are hilarious. Land.
Completely vulnerable, sorry. The bad one.
Oh god, that's great.
Time for some free throw practice. Air combat and disarming to eliminate these enemies.
Oof, that was generous. I probably should have been blasted there. Ooh, that was some funkiness. Still relatively quick.
Y'all trying to catch some hands? Yeah? Okay, let's go.
That poor guy, he may not be dead, but he's definitely concussed. Miles kind of subscribes to the Batman school of thought and taking out baddies.
Y'all are not authorized to sell.
Ooh. I think one more straggler. Now we're good.
That's it for the tech thieves.
That was a solid set.
Training sim. Colonel Panic.
Pretty much every combat encounter after this has like a pretty crazy risk of death.
That did it. It looks like P made stealth, swinging, and combat challenges. Gotta check these out when I get a chance.
There's actually a gold split there.
Hey dude, I think you should check out Roxxon Plaza on your way home. I just walked by and I'm pretty sure someone's breaking in.
Yeah.
So yeah, the upgrades come pretty good. By the end of the run, I'm usually like level 15, level 16.
I think it's some kind of bioelectric discharge.
You get 20% extra like damage at a couple extra spots, melee damage wise, which does make a huge difference. So you can imagine like how much more damage you're outputting on
That's not bad.
New Game Plus when you have all that at your disposal. And I got utterly destroyed the first few times going through on Ultimate on New Game Plus. But yeah, it doesn't really prepare you for this. This is pretty crazy. It's a great challenge though. I'm glad I have it in there.
No sign of anybody. They broke a bunch of stuff. Maybe they were
Yeah,
looking
originally
for
in the game, I think there was 45 minutes of skippable cutscenes. Or unskippable, I should say. And then, I guess to increase stability, they've actually added like an extra 4 here. So the first upgrade taking increased bioelectric power generation from attacking and dodging. It just, no matter what you do, it's beneficial. Like there's no getting around it. Even though there are some other really good power-ups. Now these underground Tinker thugs, these guys actually take 4 webs. Except for the guys with the giant Hulk hands, who take quite a bit more.
Haven't seen you guys before. Nice glow sticks. You guys take returns?
Generally, I use the one over the head that's hat tip to Spider Matty.
What are these weapons? Memory metal?
Figured that one actually doesn't have like all the slowdown of some of the others.
That was awesome.
I'll try to showcase some of the takedowns if I can, but I do not want. Oh, that was the Miles save. They had that in Spider-Man 2018 as well. That guy actually did die. Yeah, so ideally I use the takedowns on the Hulk hand dudes.
You were right. It's a break-in. Sounds like they're after new form.
The stuff in the reactor?
It's not installed yet.
And you can see how many hits it actually takes to kill an enemy legit in this without using the
I did that grocery shopping your mom wanted, but she's wondering where you are.
the webs or any kind of other stuff in the environment.
Okay, I'll try to wrap this up. Thanks, man.
At least until later on in the run, when you get quite a few more options, and Miles becomes an absolute powerhouse. Even more fun than Peter was, in my opinion.
Literally a powerhouse.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah, you'll find out later that Miles is also the world's most efficient electrician.
3 different times, even.
Yep.
Yeah, if you leave stragglers, you actually have to go back out on the other side, and it kills like your time, no matter what. It's a little better to be thorough in some of these sections, instead of trying to completely rush through it.
That was a really good section. That was pretty.
Thank you. Actually, yeah, not bad. 16.6 seconds ahead of the other day. Which I thought I had pretty clean openings. I guess not. Next section's not completely cutscenes, but there's about 3 minutes of slow walk and talk. If you have any more donations.
Absolutely. Chompy McChomp's back with another $25 and says, "I'm sorry, Scarn. You have to take this run back to formula."
Oh, God.
And then I can also bring up our speedrunstore.com. If you haven't seen that yet, it's literally speedrunstore.com. Yes, I can't believe we got that URL either. But we've got a ton of really cool t-shirts. We've got some mugs, some stickers, some hoodies. You should go and check that place out. Some really nice designs. I get a big kick out of the officially bootleg, but I'm also biased because I was there when that bad logo was drawn on the whiteboard over at ESA Winter 20. But yeah, check it out over at speedrunstore.com. The proceeds from which, the profit from which is going to go back into the charity. So by all means, get those orders in for some pretty cool merch.
So Genki spills that pasta on the floor. Never gets cleaned up for the rest of the game, I'm pretty sure. He's arguably the greatest villain just from that.
Me too. He loved that little guy.
No Christmas like a brother.
The first time playing through this, I messed around with like everything in here. I didn't realize there was so little you actually needed to do.
Guess Mom's not done unpacking either. That wallpaper just screams Abuela. Well, what's that? Huh. Must have gotten mixed up in the move. One of Dad's old case files.
Yeah, the game's not exactly LA Noire, but they don't actually do too much of this, thankfully. And I will take this gladly over the stealth sections they had in 2018.
Oh man, I forgot about those. Those were so bad.
There were a couple clever ones, I'll give it, like the MJ and Grand Central, but yeah. I'd rather have like the enemy gauntlet design, which they've had in this. And actually, since the DLC, there was like, I think, a couple stealth sections in the first DLC, but not too bad. They're improved even on that. And then the last couple DLCs for Spider-Man 2018 were just ridiculously good action, like almost the entire way through, with good concepts, and they've carried that over here. You see really good enemy mix throughout.
That doorbell's been broken for years. Miles, could you get that?
Of course.
Gracias.
So, Christmas by candlelight?
So Miles is pretty bold, considering there is a blackout and he is in New York City.
No good.
And it is Christmas and everyone is home.
Looks like the whole block's out.
Let me check if I can see anything from the fire escape. Definitely can't get to the transformer from here.
This is the first time he gets to play an electrician. Pete would have a bad run if he was actually in this scenario. Pretty much Miles is the only one that could have actually done what needs to be done throughout this game.
People on the roof. Can't go up there.
Yeah, got the whole block.
Really hope no one can see me up here. Don't look out the window. Don't look out the window.
Think Miles is having any luck outside? I hope so. Hot plates are only going to get us so far.
Bioelectricity can take down Rhino. But can it save Christmas dinner? Come on. It worked. Oh man, those lights are bright. Did not think this through. Gotta get back inside.
Yeah, the local electric unit would be sending supervillain of their own after. That's probably how the Electro origin is in this. I don't think they really went into it in 2018, right?
Miles.
What?
Miles is a total scab the entire time.
So I stayed up last night and designed an app for your new suit. Thing's got a crazy custom OS.
Still about another minute
But I ran it through a
of cutscenes if you like donations right now.
plugin architecture and
Well, I can bring up the prizes that we have available. If you go over to prizes.esamarathon.com, you'll see that we have a number of prizes that you can get in on based off of your donation amounts. Starting with something absolutely amazing that we have on hand. It's a PS5, and it's a PS5 that also includes Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. And you can get in on that with a donation of $50 or more. And that is a cumulative donation across the entire marathon. So if you've donated at all, if it adds up to $50 or more, you will be eligible for that PS5. We also have a pair of ViewSonic monitors. We have a ViewSonic Elite VX2705-2KP, which is a giant mouthful to say. But that's a 27-inch QHD monitor with 144 hertz refresh rate. That's available with a $35 donation. And we also have a ViewSonic Elite XG270, which is also a really fast gaming monitor. That one's a 240 hertz gaming monitor. So that and other prizes are available over at prizes.esamarathon.com.
Wait, what? That's my uncle. Does he know you're Spider-Man? No.
So Genki develops this app, and the first call is actually from Miles' uncle. For whatever reason, he kind of gets short shrift on this because they always allow skippable cutscenes for Uncle Aaron.
He definitely didn't recognize me. Oh.
Meanwhile, you pretty much have to sit through a good 6 minutes of Finn like the entire time.
You know, I've got a pretty appropriate donation for you with that mentioned. I've got $5 from Low Fat Evan. It says, fbimichaelscarn, thanks for helping raise money for Save the Children and sitting through all these cutscenes.
Thank you, Ev. I'm glad someone appreciates it. But yeah, when practicing this game up, I've only done probably 20-something full game runs counting between New Game Plus and New Game. On Ultimate anyway. Only. And the way to practice it is definitely just doing the independent levels and boss fights. And even then, you still gotta, some of the transitions, a couple of the spicier fights later still have long, unskippable transitions in between. Ooh. Fun fact, Miles can actually die from this L train in this game. I have gotten flattened. I don't know if they took that out, but it was just perfect storm. One of the first times I ran this.
There are way too many wires on this one. It's gotta be messing with the signal. Where do these cables go?
The dad from A Christmas Story definitely wired that one up for the underground.
Signal relays are jammed by something.
Alright, here they force you to make the hollow drone. There's a couple of spots like this. Hollow drones are not too bad, but they actually kind of mess you up when you use them as this guy. If you use them on bosses, they can kind of mess up their attack pattern. You're almost better off letting them attack you. Because there are some skills later that are much better when the enemies attack you for perfect dodge. And yeah, Venom Jump is awesome. That's one of the best field moves that they put in this game. Not quite as diesel as it is on New Game Plus, but still really fun and useful, almost the entire time. Oof. Sweet. Yeah, the animations are outstanding on some of these.
This yours?
Oof, that guy was still alive, no way. That is why I generally try to save the takedowns for the whole can guys.
Should check in with Uncle Aaron.
It's just so much faster than even like using 2 to 3 Venom moves on him.
How are things looking now?
I've got a signal, but no trains on the tracks. It must have gone down at the yard.
It was the underground messing with your sensors. I'm thinking.
So Miles, not only an electrician, also an MTA employee for this.
The subway system not free. This line got some updates when Roxxon Plaza went in.
Just making enemies with all the union workers in New York City.
I'll follow up on it. So, you mentioned your brother.
I don't think the crane operators from Amazing Spider-Man 1 will be there to help him at the end.
Make some changes, like taking his job. I miss him, especially my nephew. We used to mix beats together.
Well, underground's wrecking everything. Maybe I can stop them quietly.
Hurry it up. Take
Gotta split those guys
get
up.
in and out quick. This stuff takes time, man. What was that noise?
What was that noise? Just the box.
Eso me gusta.
They missed out on doing whose footprints of these here. Especially in the snow, they could have had it.
Good time to try out Pete's visor check. Nice.
That's mostly the extent of the tutorials, to be honest. There's some select moves here and there, but not too much. Pretty much have a full arsenal after the next couple of sections.
Imagine stealth killing all these enemies. Who does that?
Oof. This is actually one area I did not test for that. A little bit sluggish there.
Now to get the train.
Almost bit it actually, but not too bad.
They're probably in the office. Tinkerer. Unc said that's their leader. Oh man, they read the controls.
Like I said, virtually any of these fights, especially the next one, they start throwing in a crazy enemy mix, especially with like the range rifles. You can kind of be comboed from like the range rifles into the Hulk hands, and you lose like 75% of your life just like that. If you had 75% to give in the first place.
That's good. Underground looks at Nuform.
This part took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out the first time through.
They're trying to stop Nuform from reaching the city, or what? Yes. Okay, one more. It worked. We've got trains on the tracks. Now they need power. They busted the controls here too, but not the generator. Okay, I can use that to power the trains. Probably. My webs are conductive. Come on, trust the New York subway. Yes!
All you need is your fist and some spider webs, and you can power anything.
Yeah, apparently.
Yep.
Did anything change on your end?
Panels just lit up like Christmas. Good job, kid.
Glad to help. If anything else comes up, just post a note in the app.
Wait a second. I got a little something here. It's not much.
Oh man.
For me?
It's the least I can do for the guy who just saved my job.
Cool, cool. I'll head back now.
It is kind of messed up that Miles has all these electric powers, and he doesn't get free electricity for his mother.
How's day one of solo Spider-Man?
She's still paying for it like the entire time. I wonder how she feels about that later on.
Classic. You have a plan? Sort of making it up as I go.
The mark of a true Spider-Man. Well, if you need me, I'm a phone call.
I got time for donations.
Cross-Atlantic flight, but it's fine.
Right on. Well, we've got $25 coming in from MareBear86. It says, loving FBI Michael Scarn running Miles Morales on Ultimate. Well, we are too. Thank you so much for the donation.
Fixing the subways made the
Thank you very much. That is Mrs. Scarn.
so many requests. Like, this one's from Teos.
She finally gets to see what's been monopolizing my time the last like 6 months.
We're like the #1 app in NYC right now. Check it out as soon as you're done with your uncle. He still doesn't know you're you, right?
Had a couple near misses, but I kept my cover. I'll check the app as soon as I'm done here. Later. Gotta hit Finn back when I finish helping up. Oh, hey, Mr. Davis. I'm almost there.
You gotta hurry, Spider-Man. Underground's here. Putting bombs on the tracks.
Bombs?
Alright, here we go.
Guess they didn't like the fix.
4 bombs to defuse here, and you pretty much got to clear out all the enemies as well.
They're gonna blow the whole line.
Not if I can help it.
Yeah,
Thankfully-
this. Sorry, go ahead.
There you go.
I was going to say, this definitely felt like the first difficulty spike when I was playing it, just because of the nasty enemy mix and the time factor.
There's more on the upper tracks.
I'll get them.
Ooh. Scary. Not what I intended to throw. Just ignore the laptop right there, Miles. Thank you. What stinks about that is it actually does it takes away from your web shooters just doing that, even though it's more of a cinematic. Oh, baby. That was so tight.
Across the intersection. Another one.
On it.
There are a couple of Hulk hand guys that'll like destroy you in this section too. I've actually had an assist from a cop like bail me out once, which was kind of nice sharing with this, but extremely rare. Oof. Ah, he just switched positions. Still one straggler. This is pretty slow, I gotta say. Took way too much damage. When you're in like the flow and you keep like going into takedown into that, but it's easy to get hit by stray bullets even when you're being like relatively careful there.
The next train is arriving in 5 minutes. Please stand clear of the approaching train.
Underground did a number on my suit.
This is like one of the biggest upgrades in the game. Ooh. Hang on. 50% upgrade after a perfect dodge. Like, you notice the difference. It makes like a lot of the later boss fights go a million times faster if you just kind of milk that. Sometimes you're almost better off dropping your combos a little bit early just to maximize that, especially when you go with like a hard Venom Punch or one of the other upgrades they have later. It makes a gigantic difference in terms of your damage output.
Look out for a logo with a giant hero.
Okay. Thanks for the tip. Oh, Mom, I wanted to ask.
Also makes it a little bit risky because you kind of want to hold on to that for max damage, but also can end up killing you, as you see. With the enemies only hit harder from here on out.
Why? They didn't try to get you involved in their mess, did they?
No. Uncle Aaron told me about him.
So this is the first free roam section, just grabbing a few of the tech parts.
At the subway stop by our house.
This is about the only tech parts I actually need for the entire run.
You know I don't want you around here.
But you and Dad never told me why I wasn't allowed to see
You need quite a bit more if you're maxing out everything, but for the purposes of this, there's just not enough time to get enough activity tokens and like tech parts, so kind of have to cut it here.
Sorry, honey, we're still setting up.
It's all good. Go save the world.
Time for more donations if you have any.
Told you you're my favorite son.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to ESA Summer 21 and everybody who has donated and everybody who's going to donate. Right? We've got so many people that are out there that are enjoying this marathon this week. I know I always do. And I want to thank them personally for coming by and being with us and for their viewership throughout this entire thing. That's going to actually wrap it up for me for the day. My name's Nordic Soy. I've been here for the last couple hours, and I'm going to turn the hosting mic over to the one, the only kid. So he'll take you through the next few hours, and yeah, I will see you all on Saturday. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the run.
Sorry. Been wrapped up in my own stuff.
Thank you very much, Nordic.
But I'm free now. Wait,
Thanks, Nordic.
Sweet. 78th and West End.
78. By the Science Center? Why there?
You'll see. Don't be late.
78th and West End.
So yeah, this is the location where Finn actually invites you to meet. Kind of suspicious. Only a few people can actually get up here, and she still doesn't put it together that he's Spider-Man for some time.
Man, it was so good to see Finn. I should find the other time capsules we hid, but a little later. We gotta get home from Mom's rally. Good time to use this unlimited ride pass.
Yeah, unlimited ride pass from Uncle Aaron. I didn't have any uncles that were quite that generous, unfortunately.
Phone, check. Subway card.
Even though it kills me to actually do that.
Yeah, I got it.
There are quite a few spots where fast travel is just pure better. Thankfully, with like PS5, that's one of the big upgrades. You see almost nothing of it. He basically just flashes in and out of the tunnel. I think on the PS5 remaster, you have to actually edit it back in. There's an option for cutscenes where he's sitting on the subway with the guy sleeping on him. It's pretty great. I completely forgot about those. So hopefully Genki behaves and doesn't block me. Oh. For being the guy in the chair, he's got some pretty good moves, honestly. It's also why Barry Sanders never had a lead blocker.
We've got a situation here.
Everyone, stay calm!
Nowhere to run! Weapons up!
They need you. I'll help your mom.
Two pretty nasty fights here. Same enemy mix as last time with like one extra sniper up top.
I got you.
Let's go!
Yeah, that Spider-Verse suit looks so good. Ooh. Like, I don't even know what I got hit by there.
You attacked the wrong route.
Ooh, I was going for that grab on those, but did not quite work out.
I stopped you at the subway. I'll do it again.
Ooh, that actually hits like pretty high, the vertical on that.
Is she okay?
It's almost always worth it to take out that bomb.
Don't worry, we're taking care of her. What about you? What's the underground doing?
That doesn't make sense.
Nice, got the whole can, dude.
But there isn't any here. I have to figure out the Tinkerer's next move.
I'm logging into your analytics. I'll help how I can.
Good idea.
That was good.
Thanks for helping my mom.
Mostly clean after that first hit. I still didn't even see where that was.
Yeah, it looked like some kind of like Hulk Hogan back rake or something.
Is that the ultimate
to-
in WCW NWO World Tour?
He had to sell it or something, yeah.
No, stay where it's safe.
What's your hurt?
I do love that they adapt some UMVC3 moves in this game, especially on the final boss, as you'll see later.
We're all okay. You stay where it's safe. The ending. I'll be back soon.
One thing I cannot play with in this game, however, is the Spider-Verse animation is so sick. I can't believe they put it in, but that's like a challenge run in itself. It just really like messes up the readability for me. But the actual like development in that, unbelievable. Such a nice touch.
But if Roxxon shows up, you run. Got it? They'll look for some of the blame for all this, and it won't just be the Tinkerer.
Okay. I'll be careful.
It's still one more like major fight coming up here.
It's just a warm-up.
Or a distraction.
This is where we get a second Venom bar, however, which adds a lot to the. Ooh,
Miles, I saw the explosion. Are you okay?
I'm fine. But did you see? The Tinkerer. Finn. I saw her today. If I just put everything together.
This is not your fault, man.
I was so happy to see her. I wasn't paying attention. I have to pay attention.
nice. He almost got saved on that ring out. This section looks phenomenal with the fire burning and at night. Looks so good. A lot of this game looks insanely pretty, especially on a PS5. That the 60 FPS really makes this game shine.
I gotta finish this so I can help those people.
Alright. It's clean. That's all I can really ask for. Right now I'm down about 45 seconds from the record the other day. But there is time to make up later on some of the end-game boss fights, which should be pretty good. What I did not know until a few days ago, you can just web zip to there. Trying to swing to there is an absolute nightmare. I remember overshooting that like 90% of the time. Same with this one, you have to hit a little bit lower. Otherwise those webs don't count. If you're like too high up, you'll just keep mashing like R1 forever. As if you're in like NES track and field and doesn't do anything.
Don't worry, I got you.
Thank you.
Those people, they're trapped.
I've got
idea.
If only Miles could shoot those webs off in the actual gameplay like that. There you go. Same with that one too. It's just the webs if they give you like the target automatically. Oh, and here's this this L train equivalent. I don't know that Miles has the arms to really pull it in like that. Or cruise ship if you want to be Tom Holland. All right, and that wraps up the bridge rally. More time for donations. There's a couple minutes of cutscenes right here, if there are any.
Oh, I'm just going to remind everyone that Save the Children trains frontline health workers in communities to diagnose and treat common childhood illnesses like pneumonia, diarrhea, malaria, and newborn sepsis, empowering them to provide services that are proven to reduce child deaths. To ensure that the most vulnerable families have the funds to give their children the right kind of food and care needed to stay healthy, Save the Children makes sure that expectant mothers and babies receive care and information before, during, and after childbirth, so that babies have the best chance of surviving, growing, and developing. We do have $20 from T-Bone. Good luck with the rest of the run, baby. Marcy Sweet Pounds forever.
Thank you, T-Bone. Another instance of Ma's plot armor throughout this. He seems to get the fun upgrades exactly when he needs them.
What happened to Roxxon being here for us?
Actually, this is the longest stretch of cutscenes in the entire game. Poor Miles finding out that big corporations don't necessarily have his back. Especially in the MCU. Who would have thought?
Well, I guess I can take the time to remind everyone that we do have some bid wars coming up, actually. Not too long from now, we're going to see The Legend of Spyro, The Eternal Night, and you can choose the difficulty of that run. Right now, it is Dark versus Easy, with Dark in a landslide of a lead right now, $360 to nothing. If you want to see the runner have a little bit of an easier time, get in those donations now. They're going to a great cause.
It's my fault the bridge blew up. No, it's
Take note of the IGN logo on Miles' notebook there. I swear that's like from the 90s.
I could pick up dulce de coco.
I thought you'd quit after last night.
Why would I quit? I said I'd
The best
fight
part
for
about
my
this
goal.
heart-to-heart is that Genki is in the room the entire time.
You could have died.
Chrono, you remember when we were kids and
Family doesn't give up.
my mom gave the birds and the bees talk while you were at the edge of the bed?
You know
Yep.
that.
It's,
Perfectly natural.
I've never forgotten it.
Didn't quite have the sense to leave the room.
Mom. Dulce de coco would be great.
So maybe Miles was right to be worried about being on his own. Like, Peter says it'll be fine. The day later, he's in the middle of a war between two paramilitary organizations.
Yeah, boy, that escalated quickly for sure.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Don't worry.
When I got powers, and I thought I would be able to fix anything. Do anything that Spider-Man does.
It's a good song coming up. The training montage.
Whenever you say Spider-Man,
Unfortunately, I can't pipe in Hearts on Fire. Or There's No Easy Way Out.
you're
Eye
Spider-Man.
of the Tiger, for sure.
You can fix this. Your way.
You're the best around. This is still pretty good. Without getting DMC8 anyway.
Here we go. Found my position, let's hit the road.
The sequence does get me pumped up to work out. I should have taken like the Shadu Path who ran like Resident Evil Zoolander percentage yesterday. I did push-ups in between for all the cutscenes. Be like legitimately shredded by now, just after like the 13 runs on this category. That was a sick bridge rail. I think that actually might be PV. Should be a gold split. Yep. I'm currently tracking 25 seconds off the record put up the other day. So with this, I will take the one subway and work my way back up to get the 3 time capsules, which are probably the best bang for the... Well, early on, they're the best bang for the buck in terms of getting activity tokens. Thank you, Miles. The timing on this one is pretty tight. Have to have like a relatively clean swing.
Miles, finally got through. Oh, hey Pete, what's going on? I saw the news. It was in Simkarian, so either a bridge exploded or a bagel was fumigated.
Thank you.
It doesn't make any sense in context. Either way, I'm looking at flights. I can be back tomorrow night. No, don't do that.
This was probably like the section that took me the longest to piece together. In terms of timing on the free roam. Felt like it was never worth it to do the crimes mid-run on this.
And good luck learning Simkarian. Why are there 7 different words for bathroom?
Sweet, didn't get Miles fully submerged anyway. He is not a like GTA 3 era character though, he can actually survive it. Even though he's gotta be freezing December in New York. Believe me, I know. I would not want to do that. Alright. Yeah, usually I have a couple seconds to spare, yeah, right into it.
Sad to see it like this.
Sweet, got in the door the first time. For whatever reason, just holding like right trigger trying to run into that is unnecessarily hard. Miss about half the time.
Hello?
Miles gets easily distracted.
This is dusty. No one's been here in a while. Someone left the lights on. Don't remember there being...
Not the most secret of like layers, I'd say.
Okay.
Feel bad whoever has to patch that up every single time.
Video file from 6 months ago.
And another couple minutes of cutscenes here if there's any other donations or incentives coming up.
All right. We have $20 from JChen3 saying, let's get it. Good luck, bro. Marcy203 forever.
We need to do this tonight.
Let me.
Thank you, J-Chen.
You sure we're ready?
We have to be.
And just so everyone knows, we've raised over $35,600. Keep those donations coming. They're going towards an amazing cause. Thank you for everything you do.
That's phenomenal. Thank you, everyone, for watching and donating. That's great.
Okay. First we flush the core, then we wipe all data. You're sure they can't just make more of this stuff?
No. No, as long as we take out the backup supply in Jersey too. But without me, they'll have no idea how new form works. Project will be DOA.
Shout outs to New Jersey.
Things go right. Video uploads straight to the Google.
DOA.
Perfect. You ready to save New York?
Ready.
There's a second video.
So that Miles has his camo powers. There's a few other things you can do in terms of stealthing through some of these sections. Makes it a little bit easier. I made the mistake when I was first playing through this game of trying to stealth the stealth challenges. before getting camo, it's a big mistake. I think I bashed my head against the wall for like 30 minutes, and then I got the power up like the next mission, and I was like, oh, that's what they wanted you to do.
I promise, Rick.
They were trying to shut the New Form project down. But something went wrong. Last known location of her phone. If I can track it. Come on, come on. Be invisible, be invisible.
And once again, the plot armor kicking in just at the right time. Oh, that to be fair, his like time, his camouflage timer was definitely recharged at this point.
Straight up vanishing really freaked these guys out. Can't get the drop on them.
So for whatever reason in this section, his like targeting goes crazy. You gotta be real particular in what you're doing here. If you try to like web zip down for the takedown, I've had him go like to the opposite end of the entire room. And then you have 3 snipers on you, which is a huge problem on Ultimate anyway.
More friends joining the fun?
Yeah, those guys are definitely the priority. Once you take out those 3, taking out those 2 stealth is definitely worth it. One straggler.
Okay, back to
It's
that
decent.
computer. If I can find Finn's phone, maybe I can understand what happened to Rick and why she became the Tinkerer.
That Genki thing is definitely bugged on the right side. I've had that before too. It usually like unwinds itself after a while because there's so many people who are trying to like call you during missions. But yeah, that is not normal. This one, you can either choose to swing or take the subway here. Subway is definitely like faster, getting in striking range, but you lose you're like a Venom as you go through the subway, unfortunately. So it makes like the opening fight a little bit harder here, but not nearly enough to not be worth the time save from actually using the subway.
That Finn has high voltage shielding.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he's alive, right?
Now to get into the building. Absorbing energy fried the generator.
Probably not a good idea to just be security for Roxxon or any of these outfits in this universe.
And I'm in.
Miles describes my ideal like
Breaking into a lab full of armed guards.
Christmas vacation.
Different this year. Should be at home, taking naps, playing a ton of video games, and eating like 100 Christmas cookies. Which way?
Come to New York, they said. Come to Roxxon, they said. It'll be fun.
Have a few laughs.
Have a few laughs.
I gotta get that that John McClane ornament they have there where he's crawling through the thing. It looks so good. There's quite a lot of vents in this. Not as much as some other games. It's not like Deus Ex. But still enough to get that feel. So if you cloak fast enough and get up through here, you can actually avoid this fight. Which is definitely like a mild time save for sure, because it does take a bit to clean them up.
See that vent with the laser shielding?
How'd you do that?
I've worked with systems like this before. Now focus.
Looks like a good time to try out those remote mines.
Yeah, R3 highlights the fuse boxes.
So what is it you're looking for?
Phone. I tracked the signal.
These rooms are actually static between New Game and New Game Plus. Like you get the same no matter what.
The building is at the bottom of the reactor silo.
And you always get extra remote mines after. I guess it's kind of like the tutorial for it. So I don't want to like gimp you on the next section.
Then the reactor.
Like a new form reactor?
It's what these schematics say.
So both these rooms play out the exact same way. Krieger doesn't get much love. You can pretty much skip almost all his cinematics too.
Tinkerers. You gonna tell me why you're stalking me?
To protect you. You should feel honored. I came out of retirement to watch your back.
Can't believe my uncle's the prowler.
And I can't believe my nephew's risking his neck for a phone. Let's get on. You're close to the reactor prototype.
A hair slow there. After this next room, I'll be taking quite a few of the upgrades. I only have a couple more buys throughout the rest of the game. The biggest one is the web shooters. You can't get enough on those. They're just indispensable. Yeah, like Toby never had that problem. I kind of miss the natural web shooters in this game just because it's so ridiculous. It's so effective compared to everything else. Even with like the 50% like bonus from perfect dodge, it's still, you're almost better off in a lot of cases just using the webs.
Looks like I need to figure out a way past that fan.
Until the boss does anyway later on. Skill points definitely going to do. I have 3 to burn because I have to leave 3.
What I said. Don't get caught.
These Roxxon dudes take about as much as oof. Even like the Hulk hand guys.
Hi, Genki. Just calling to make sure you're not hurt. Dead. Thanks. Actually got my uncle here helping me. Subway worker guy? Yeah.
And I did get the second bank of these, which is huge.
Long story. Wait. Prowler? That thief who runs around in purple?
So if need be, I can stack 2 of these takedowns.
It's just a one-time thing.
On some of those special enemies, you actually need 2 of these.
That's a lot, man. Like, a lot. I know. I gotta go, Genki. I'll fill you in later.
Sweet. That's clean. You can hit that stealth-wise, but ooh.
Quick about this, nephew. I'm trying to shut down cameras and alarms to be more coming. Break the wires.
That's why you got to be careful, like selecting those things.
Thanks.
Dude, you know I jacked this up this morning too? Yeah, there you go.
Now for the wires.
A little slow on the drop down.
Uncle Aaron, can you unlock the reactor shooting from where you are?
Why? You got your phone. Now let's leave.
That reactor killed my friend. It needs to be shut
So
down.
this, you're still time gated a little bit until this comes down.
Need your help, Unc. Please.
Regardless of how hard Miles is trying to
Okay.
interface with this.
Stand back.
Thanks,
They're definitely fans of Metal Gear Solid, like the box reference.
What are you doing?
And then the microwave hallways, which is, this is the first one in the game.
Get out of there, man.
No button mashing during this, which I would have definitely taken a quick time event. How great would it have been if they had like a track and field pad for this stuff? Old Snake had to work a little bit harder to crawl his way through this style of room.
I can't hold the energy.
Mom, talk to me, kid. You alright?
I feel like I just got dropped out of a plane. But at least
The only other thing that could survive that room would be a Game Boy.
I really needed that phone. Now what am I gonna do?
Come on, kid. I can't get to you before Roxxon does.
Alright, so they introduce shield type enemies now, which actually are a huge problem if you try to use like the ground smash. That's why you generally don't see me ground smash, especially like later on. It's too risky because these guys can just like throw it right back at you, and it's a huge issue.
Interrogate you. Don't know, don't care. Just don't let.
Ooh. Okay, still good.
Nah, damn it.
What?
That was odd.
Mom,
Yeah, I don't think I actually retain the finishers room to room, so might as well burn them. I think the Venom energy holds. This is a pretty sick sequence here. It's the only time you really fight co-op with someone.
Don't worry, we can take these guys.
Ooh, that was dangerous. This guy is absolutely the top priority. Bummer. Yeah, if you don't get hit by that, you actually don't get that little tutorial prompt for like the rest of the game, which would have been nice, but bummer. Come on, Uncle Aaron. I was hoping he'd help out on one. You actually can get like a combo takedown. Alright, sweet. That's the end of that. That room is actually like kind of nasty. You can land on some of that Roxxon stuff. And then it just spirals, because then you can't use Venom powers. You can heal through it, but not being able to use Venom on like some of those enemies is just brutal.
You need to lay low. Don't trust anybody and don't take
And I think it suppresses your healing a little bit too. It's already kind of limited. If you heal raw on like a New Game Ultimate, you just don't get that much off of like the bar. There's actually an upgrade I'll take later on where you can regen health on hit while enemies are Venom stunned. And that's like a way better use because you're still dealing damage while healing yourself. There's time for donations here. There's still another like 30 seconds of this cutscene.
Not at the moment, but I wouldn't mind reminding everyone that they do have merch that you can buy right now at speedrunstore.com, including the official ESA Summer 21 shirt and hoodie, profits of which do go towards Save the Children. So if you want some new swag and still support a great cause, head over there right now.
I told your dad the truth. Thought he had my back. Hoped he would. Be my brother.
The Prowler costume in this game is phenomenal. Miles can actually get his own if you do like his, I think, 10 side quests throughout about the city that he has later on. Not quite enough time to do it on this run, unfortunately. So another free roam section here.
I should call Finn? No. I've got time to check on the city. Yeah.
There are a couple of spots. Pretty much after this, I have almost everything I need in terms of like time capsules and like activity tokens.
I've been running some numbers, and I know you said no to ads before, but maybe we could reconsider. No. Right. No. Of course not. Just saying.
Little odd if Spider-Man just jacked something from your tree right there, but no one has any reaction in this game.
What? How are you not dead? Felt like I was for a minute there. But then I released all the energy in kind of a mini explosion. Luckily, I didn't bring down the whole lab. Man, I gotta start taking notes on all your new powers. So, what's the plan now? Uncle Aaron thinks I should tell Finn I want to join the underground. Then I can take the new form so she doesn't use it for whatever. Whoa, like lie to her face?
Alright, sweet.
Yeah. But I don't have any other.
Yeah, Miles' best plan is just lying to people for quite a bit of this. It's surprising that it turns out so poorly for a while.
I guess. Well, good luck. Call if you need me.
Genki's definitely the man of reason in this. Miles is also a fan of Dante and Virgil, as you'll see here. Bizarre. Usually you can web zip like right there. There you go. Ooh, this J. Jonah Jameson stuff you have to watch out too. Painful on these runs. I had no idea the first time I was running this, or not the first time, several times after. Like those J. Jonah Jameson interrupts, and even like the Danicast, I think. They can actually like delay the prompts for the next missions.
Who are these jerks that think they can just beat up innocent people?
I feel like some of the crimes can do it too, but that's harder to avoid.
Okay, I gotta do it. Call Finn, get her to let me in the underground.
Hey, Miles. You okay?
Yeah. Why would you say that?
Oh, I saw the news about your mom's rally.
We're fine.
Like a hair late. This is another one of those conversations you can actually skip
There's a place on Edison, near Fisk Tower.
if you're like fast enough to get there, but
People don't.
sometimes it's better off just letting it ride out. You have to do it at least 4 times for it to actually like reset and give you the prompt. It can be as few as 2, but generally it's 4.
Okay. Halfway.
At least the luck I have on these.
Criminals. Cool.
There we go.
I was really glad you called. I needed a break.
Another couple minutes of cutscenes. Then from here on out, it's pretty good action. They definitely throw in most of the 52 minutes in the first half of the game.
Your folks' old shop.
And most of these fights just build on top of each other. If there's any donations or other incentives coming up.
I went inside.
Well, we do have some prizes that people can be entered to win if they decide to donate. For example, we have a couple of monitors from ViewSonic, which you can be entered to win with a cumulative minimum donation of $25 and $35. So if you're looking to take your gaming setup to the next level, get in some donations and you might be entered to win one.
I'm really sorry your mom got hurt at her rally. If that new Spider-Man hadn't shown up, everyone would have been fine. Please don't try to talk me out of this.
We also have the Skylar and Plux Adventure on Clover Island character model bid war right now, which is coming up in a few hours. You can choose between the default character model, Samus, or Sonic, with Sonic currently in the lead with $55. So that is all up to you all, making these donations to save the children right now.
Busy with stuff like that. What's the real reason?
The real reason is I've been taking on a lot more responsibilities than I can handle lately.
Finn is pretty oblivious, to be fair, that she doesn't like put it together. Especially after the next section where it's like painfully obvious what's going on.
Maybe I could join your club?
So most of this run is like completely glitchless. There's like a few small time saves. The biggest one is coming up right when we get outside here. Spider-Man had a fantastic tutorial on it. Saves about 20 seconds if you execute it properly.
I get why you're doing this.
If you miss it, it's not like a disaster, because it reloads a checkpoint and he's like actually on the crane. And trust me, I've missed it. I've also had it like freeze up oddly, where he was like half on, half off. It's pretty good. It's about the only like true like time save, and it does skip like some slow walk and talk, which is great.
Let's go.
Where?
But yeah, this game looks gorgeous. This will be this entire game like Miles Morales, New York City in the winter. It's right up there with like Freeze Easy Peak for me and like Banjo, like all time snow levels. We're just pleasant to like roam around and.
Show you how when we get to Fisk Tower.
You're set up in the Kingpin's office space?
This game will probably be like a holiday fixture, like every year for me.
Haven't gotten around to selling it, so we moved in.
How'd you get involved in all this? The underground, the Tinkerer.
Tinkerer is a nod to my role. I built everything. The masks, the weapons.
Programmable matter.
Right. The underground.
The worst bug I had, she actually got stuck here, which was painful. So I had to reload and took like all the cutscenes. Has not happened on the last few patches though. I think Insomniac cleaned it up. This game actually was like quite buggy early on, but it's gotten much better, much more stable since. Knock on wood.
I can't take on Roxxon alone.
I'm not chancing that. So the trick is right up here. Instead of crossing this crane all the way.
To the balcony. Show them you're fearless.
They're
You
watching.
can kind of have Miles just fall off the edge,
To do this.
and he'll just warp over there.
Come on, you'll be fine.
Gotta do this without giving away I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, bummer. Did not get it. R.I.P.
Make it look good.
Oh man, I practiced that so much too, and you got to go through that slow walk and talk the entire time. Not a huge loss. If I could just reload it, it wouldn't be too bad. But you have to go back through the slow walk again. It's just not even worth it. Even if you hit it, it's like still it's more of a time loss than this. Bummer.
Gotcha.
So that's 20-second loss off the PB, but can get it back here with like some clean fights.
So am I officially in the club now?
Sure. But watch your back. These guys take a while to warm up to meet people. Here it is, where the plan comes together.
So your plan?
It would have been better if Miles was dead weight.
New form fit in. Krieger's saying you stole a shipment.
I stole one canister.
So here they've all taken over Fisk Tower while he's in jail from the events of Spider-Man 2018. And apparently, like, these guys have like utterly blasted the Martin Lee gang, which I feel like there were more problem enemies in Spider-Man 2018, to be honest.
Hang here, okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
Although these sword dudes are pretty nasty.
Gotta figure out where she's keeping the new form. Might be able to find some clues in here.
We're gonna show this.
Ooh, Fisk would not like this.
I had secrets and trapdoors all over this place. We cracked them all. We own this tower now.
Secret rooms. Good place to hide a deadly fuel source. Bridge attack's getting the underground a lot of press.
Gotta grow that rap. Ask me, we should be focusing on PR, not lugging around this new form crap.
Lugging in a rat.
This whole area reminds me of like the Foot Clan section in like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Floor downstairs. Old man's basically funding us, whether he likes it or not.
All they're missing is like a decent skate park here.
I was gonna say they need a half pipe and
The arcade would have been
The
sweet,
arcade,
too.
yeah.
Did the arcade actually have like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game in there? I haven't watched that movie in forever. I feel like it did.
all I remember it having was Narc. If anybody happens to remember that old game, it's like one of those run and gun games.
Dude, did that not go? We're good. Oh my god. This one didn't go. Bummer.
Yeah, trophies. Gotta establish
Painful way to lose like another 10 seconds, but
New York.
you got a chance to make it up with like legitimate skill later.
Wonder where they train. Might be using Fisk's secret rooms on the ground level.
Break time's over, kids. Group 2, head downstairs for training.
Sounds like where I need to go.
So this next section that comes up, this is actually like, I'd consider it the hardest room in the entire game. If you don't stealth, if you pull... It's very easy to aggro like the first couple guys if you don't wait like an extra few seconds. Even then it's still like pretty difficult because there are snipers everywhere.
Let's see if they keep their
But they're not
secrets
really
from
like
others.
the one-shot snipers, they're like the multiple like assault rifle rounds. So even if you dodge the first, you could still get blasted by like the remaining rounds, like right after.
Try and follow her.
Hey, when you're crawling through vents, do you ever feel like you're in a movie and start humming suspenseful music to yourself? And then think about getting caught and put into a cell suspended over an alligator pit, and then making a bomb out of gum wrappers to escape?
Wait, what? No.
Cool. Just
Yeah,
curious.
that guy will rat you out every time.
Atrium. I need to shut down some underground training exercises. Then I'll look for a secret.
So yeah, stealthing most of these snipers helps dramatically. Because otherwise you're just like dodging like non-stop. Fun fight, but not ideal and not really conducive for speed or survival. and setting these two up can usually take 2 off this. That was definitely not the script, but this could work out. Yeah, beautiful. Got just enough for one takedown there. Dude, that guy's still alive. Thank you. Yeah, the air-to-air combo. The animation is just gorgeous on that. Nice. Just got that takedown in time for the Hulk hands, dude. That was ultra clean. This room used to be an absolute nightmare. I think on the old record that was like 305. I think I died twice on that room. It's crazy. If executed properly, it's like 1.5 minutes.
What does that mean?
That wasn't even exactly the script. Usually I can take out like another 3 or 4 before we even get started.
So, yeah, gotcha. I'm looking. Hey, I think I got something.
Cool if I fit in a donation real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Definitely got time
We
there.
have $25 from Paul Sr. saying, "What is this? Romper room?"
Oh my god.
That's great.
Oh man.
And they put that towards the Majora's Mask All Dungeons SRM showcase.
That should be a good one. Love Majora's Mask. A lot of great games, a lot of great runners throughout this ESA. All I know is my phone screen time is going to go way up this week.
You knew this would be dangerous. It's the deal we made.
But if we're getting sick too?
You can't hack it, you can get out. The underground doesn't have time for weaklings.
You hearing this?
We also have $10 from We3 Monks saying, "Wanted to donate during this great run. Thanks to everyone for making this another great ESA." And they too put that towards the Majora's Mask All Dungeons SRM showcase.
We're not sure if the canister's safe.
Sweet, thank you guys for the donations.
Hot, buzzing, like it's unstable.
It's that new Spider-Man. His powers messed with the structure. Tell everyone not to touch it.
They're hideouts. Nuform's gotta be in one of them.
So this sequence is pretty great. I don't know how this doesn't happen to Miles like the entire time here.
We don't know enough about this stuff. What it is, where it came from.
As much of the like Spider-Man animated series I used to watch, and like the comics I read in like the mid-90s.
And Roxxon.
The explanation for not every like piece of paper sticking to his hand at all times. I don't know. This is the only time it comes up. And Finn still doesn't put it together that it's Miles at this point.
I won't stop until Roxxon.
Even though it's like the only stranger that was invited to the Roxxon Underground.
Are you with me?
Probably because I botched the skip on the crane. Otherwise, she would have been real suspicious.
I need power. Generators, car batteries, whatever you...
So one more Venom power, which is really fun to use. You get right here on this one. On the earliest patch, I actually had him stuck fully in runner's stance, like he was the Flash with nowhere to go for like 30 seconds. Had to just restart it. Right here. Nice.
Man, I don't even know what I did, but it worked. Okay, you do you. I'm gonna research the map you found. See what dots I can connect. Cool. I'm gonna keep shocking guys.
Trying to save my webs because there are, yeah, 2 more of these guys that come in. There you go. God, the animations are just phenomenal on that. And that is the benefit of having like 2 of those finishers banked too. Even when you can't use them, you don't completely waste them like before.
Construction sites.
What about a theater? Finn mentioned one.
A theater, huh? That's
Don't say it, Genki.
dramatic.
You said it.
That'd be the Gem Theater.
Sounds like that's where she hit the new form. So that's my next stop.
If you're headed to the theater, I'm all in. You're gonna check out those underground hideouts first. I know someone who can help.
Cool. I'll add the hideouts to my to-do list and hit you up when I get to the theater.
I'll be here, trying to figure out why Speed's Nonagon keeps crashing.
So they actually lock the fast travel
Underground at the gym till later tonight.
until he's done with his spiel there.
Probably have some time to check the app. Or
Which you can
whatever.
almost get there on time, but if you just warp there, it takes you right into the cutscene immediately. It's like a much bigger radius to just activate the next section.
See if Finn hit the new form in the gym theater.
So on this section, you got to take out 4 generators once. Pretty nasty. I actually got the route from Dutch Potato. Shoutouts to all the Spider-Man runners and moderators, Burke Maverick, Dutch Potato Pestilence. They're ridiculously god tier Spider-Man runners.
Not friendly.
Rebel Dragon, Spider-Man. Put in some good work on this game too. And this run in itself is a pain to actually like moderate.
Power can be supplied all locally.
Just because of the nature of not using like the bonuses, not using like gravity well at all.
I shut down Fisk's tower, and I'll shut you down here. There, I see him.
Ooh. That was tight.
Now for the others.
Taking out this sword guy is always a good idea, just to be extra safe. If I can aggro these guys over here, I can actually get yeah, I can cloak behind here and just freely activate this one. I do have a straggler, however. Nice. And that is the benefit of choosing like hold instead of on the accessibility options. If you use hold instead of taps, it goes like instantly on these for whatever reason. That was dangerous.
Actually, you take this.
Wow, nice save.
I had the heal. I
Yeah.
usually don't like burning it, but boy, this guy just will not die.
Got him. Now I gotta drain that generator.
Huh. I guess that one didn't count as a bit. That's bizarre. Usually when you get the victory gong, you can just go straight into it. Some minor clipping. Interesting.
Yep.
I'm sure she's still alive.
There's an out of bounds component to every great speed run, so
Absolutely, yeah.
there it was.
That's true. This is like almost fully glitchless. Not by choice. Just trying to go for the one on the ground, but take what I can get, I guess. Not quite as fast as I'd like, but still did survive. They're pretty generous on the checkpointing there too, though. I think they'll actually give you the ones that you've already done. You don't have to start from scratch, but still. It's like major time loss.
way to the main auditorium. Now it's blocked.
Oops. Maybe there's a staircase.
It's a lot of collateral damage. I never realized that was in here.
Hey man, I'm thinking. What if you told Finn you're Spider-Man?
Yo, Finn. Not only did I lie about joining your club, but I'm also the guy trying to stop you.
Okay, yeah. We can work on the delivery.
So in here, Miles gets to play electrician for the second time. Or third, actually.
Really?
Peter's got cables running away from it.
This one's not too bad. I have no idea what Peter would have done.
Can't make a direct connection. Hooked up. Just need to power it. That's one.
He would have just been like, well, I guess we gotta go home. Like, for 90% of this game.
You think I should tell Finn I'm Spider-Man? Don't you think she might react badly?
Let's make a pros and cons list.
There you go.
She's your best friend. Besides me.
Con, she's
I've had some weird stuff with this one not activating lately, too. There we go. Just wanted to make sure that actually, like, took.
other Spider-Man was super clear. Don't tell anyone who you are.
You told me. Maybe if she knows it's you she's fighting, she'll rethink the whole thing.
That's sweet. This next one is pretty challenging. I feel like it's 50-50 whether this first guy sees you. If he doesn't, you're in pretty good shape. Especially, yeah. Getting rid of this sword guy is huge.
Nice.
I do not want to burn really more than that, though. Just because, I do need those remote mines after this. I can probably generate one back here. Ooh, that overhead. Oh my god, no way. On that dude? That sword was ridiculous. He should have popped up. Whatever. RIP the Deathless Dream, unfortunately. That's why those sword guys are such a problem. I feel like they don't quite behave like the others.
Yeah, it's fine. That death was intentional.
Yeah, it's always to save time, right?
Yep. Yep.
No matter what. This room is generally not a problem either. Dude, those guys. I gotta Like I was saying earlier, if this guy spots you, this room turns into a huge problem. She's got that Finn invulnerability. That's alright.
And it's even annoying too when some of like the normal enemies have like crazy tracking, like the guy's kick just like slides all the way across the room towards you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You shouldn't even have to bother with those guys. It's annoying.
Dude. And they take 2 bars to take down too, which makes it like, again. Bummer. In retrospect, I should probably use the remote mine on them too, because you can usually generate like 1 or 2 back depending on how it goes.
That's all right. That's a really nasty area.
Once he's down, it's a little more manageable here. Bummer. Man, I can't believe it was on that room. That room's been going so good lately. Has not been a problem whatsoever. It's still on pace for roughly 3 hours, which is still, I would have signed for that last week for sure. This is about the only chase sequence. I kind of love the chase sequences they had in the classic Neversoft like Spider-Man 2000. Venom, and then the final boss was actually like a chase. They throw in the Avengers Tower so much, I feel like so oblivious for never noticing it in the first couple times playing through the game.
Hey, Genki, ran into Finn. What's happening? She grabbed the new form. I'm chasing her across Manhattan. Okay.
Unfortunately with this one, there's not really too much you can do to speed it up.
Step 2, I'll get back to you. Move.
This is between me
And here you see the Venom dash mobility, which is, you'd see a ton of it on like New Game Plus, but here it's just like very sparingly used, without being able to convert your like camouflage into Venom power. It's a little trickier to actually get like air tricks going the entire time. Plus, in a lot of cases, I kind of want to save the Venom just for like the start of the next battle. They let you carry it over quite a bit.
It is not going well. Where are you? I don't know. I'm dodging explosions. I need a new strategy. Gonna do what you said. Tell her the truth?
In fact, that actually makes like some of the boss fights a little bit easier if you're going with like full Venom charge instead of like nothing.
You want to hear this? I promise.
Step off, Spider-Man!
Here's the money shot from like the box, I think. Yeah, that on like every trailer. Too.
Yeah. Yep.
The excessive slow-mo. He doesn't know it's during a speedrun now, unfortunately.
Hope the ship's okay.
I said step off!
Hmm.
Why did she invent death wheels?
These death wheels do a lot more damage later on. Yeah, and this proves Finn still has no idea what's going on. And also proves that Zack Snyder may have written this game. If you love Batman vs Superman, here's your Martha moment.
My mom would be very upset.
Hat tip to DeFago there.
Miles?
Got time for donations if there are any.
Absolutely. My mic might have been muted when I read this earlier, so just in case, we're going to read it again. We Three Monks donated $10, saying, wanted to donate during this great run. Thanks to everyone for making this another great ESA. And they put that towards the Majora's Mask SRM showcase, which is currently sitting at $485 raised out of 1,000, which is the goal. So keep those donations coming if you want to see the SRM showcase for Majora's Mask.
Nah, it's okay. I'll call you later.
So here's another free roam section. Not too much left. And after this, I can pretty much afford everything I got.
I need
Everything I'd absolutely like need for it.
just everything. Are you free?
I can wrap up what I'm doing. Call you in a few.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon. I have no idea where Finn is, or the new form. Guess I should kill some time till Uncle Aaron's free.
Hey, friends. Apparently, Mr. Jameson heard that I'm, and I am quoting his producer here, a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, these guys will rough you up if you don't have stealth on there.
Jameson is a trained man.
Actually, let me
He's an accomplished
kill this
journalist.
Danicast. So if you go into like Genki's little app there, and you trigger the one mission, you can cancel it right away, and that actually cancels a bunch of the idle chatter, which will prevent you from like getting stonewalled on some of those. Times Square action.
We were so pumped when we finally made it to the top.
Shoutouts to Rudy's Bar and Grill with the free unadvertised hot dogs right in the area. Personal record is 8 in one day. It was before a day Mets game, actually, so it's almost like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the way I'll justify it. Pretty much the greatest place on earth. If you...
Weapons deal going down nearby. Thank you, anonymous app user.
Ooh, I hope that crown doesn't jam me up. That's kind of random. So Prowler should be calling you like right here. If you're a little late, you actually see him like calling on the phone, and it calls you like 20 seconds. I think we're good. You should get in line with like the middle smokestack here onto this pier. Yeah.
I gotta call you back.
Not suspicious at all, that phone call.
All right, Miles. Spill it. Give me the whole situation.
Then, Roxxon, Underground. It's just a lot, you know?
You're 17. You're stressed. And you're a superhero. You gotta cut yourself some slack. You still making beats?
And not much since I started this.
Work-life balance, kid. Most important thing.
A little bummed we never got a Prowler DLC for this.
Little project your dad and I
Or Finn, for that matter. I feel like their power sets would have been really fun to go with.
Bombs ready and everything.
How come I never heard about this?
Because we never finished.
And that suit looks immaculate on this.
Wanted the city to be our beat. But your dad had the masters. And after things went bad between us. But you can finish
Or Genki. All you can do is those like spectrometer missions from Spider-Man 2018.
I could see that.
Yep.
Load that up. I'll walk you through it.
I'll set up holograms. Got you.
Alright, so pick this one up, and then it's a little finicky about how it like tutorializes you here.
Focus on sounds. Clear my head.
Scan the holograms, and it'll unlock files on that drive I gave you. You figure
There you
out
go.
what sound you're looking for. There you go. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, there's a slight skip there that I actually got. It does save about a little over 5 seconds. They show you like all the locations in the city on the map. If you press triangle right as it starts to fade, you can actually like bypass that. So technically this isn't glitchless. I don't think it was glitchless once that guy went through the pavement though.
I know what to do about Finn. I gotta see her. Try to talk her out of all this.
In person? Where?
Yeah, it's good that you avoid these audio missions because one of them is actually the hardest mission in the game where you have to sneak up on a bunch of birds.
Yeah, that one took me an uncomfortable amount of time to figure out.
Someone should.
Defeated like the final 2 bosses in less time than it took to figure out how to like manipulate the birds to actually get the sound properly.
Yep, absolutely.
What actually happened between you two?
It was complicated.
Although when you got to look stuff up like that, you don't feel quite as dumb when it's like the top hit on like Google when you enter in like three characters.
Yeah.
It fills it in for you.
M-I-L, Miles Morales. How do I get
Yeah,
the
it's
sounds of the
first one
birds?
for sure.
Yeah.
Trinity Church. Remember, Tinker is yours, but leave the boy alone.
At the 2-hour mark now, still on pace for 3 hours, which would be like the third best run that's been done on this, outside of the one from like yesterday and today. But there's still room for improvement later. The final 2 boss fights were relatively sloppy, and those are quite the display on this. It's close as you get to like a proper character action game like Devil May Cry. They did a great job with them.
Rest of the sounds you need are spread across the city.
All right, so this fast travel is way quicker here. I actually routed this section in real life with Mrs. Scarn a few months ago in the city. Trinity Church is like right where it says it is too. The only thing I'll point out is that when we get there, the ground is actually sloped on like the right side of this. It's not completely flat like this.
Hi.
It's because you can't even like see over that edge.
Hey. We need to talk.
But yeah, the modeling on this, insane. Looks so good.
Lie to me again?
So I can make this right.
When she says she can lie to me again, that's another one where you can just skip the conversations. And 4 skips. Going back and forth, activating, deactivating the side mission. We'll just cut off the rest of that. Probably saves you about like a good 25 seconds. That's one spot where you can get interrupted with like a J. Jonah Jameson like podcast, and it plays for like 3 minutes, and I was like completely dumbfounded the first time I had it, until I had like a 3-minute gold split, and I was like, oh, so that's what that was. Time for donations here. There's a couple more minutes of cutscenes.
Oh, I'm just going to let everyone know that with 25,000 dedicated staff all over the world, Save the Children responds to major emergencies, delivering innovative programs, and ensuring children's voices are heard through our campaigning to build a better future for and with the children. Their bold ambition builds on 100 years' experience of bringing communities, civil society, governments, businesses, and donors together to achieve lasting change for children.
Why'd you pick here?
I'll go ahead and let everyone else know that we do have an incentive or a bid war for the Super Smash Bros. Melee blindfolded adventure mode, where you get to choose the blindfold that the runner is going to wear. We have a black penguin, a brown bear, and a white cat. Oh, and a white seal. So get your donations in. Currently, they are all tied. So get your donations in. You get to choose what they wear on their face during the run.
That's going to be great. Still a lot of great runs to come, for sure.
What?
The biggest shocker, well, no pun intended. Rhino isn't just a tutorial jobber boss in this game. He gets a ridiculous upgrade here. He's actually like fairly challenging. Not quite as much as the final 2 bosses, but he's finally making amends for being a punching bag like the last 20-something years of Spider-Man games. And once again, Simon Krieger gets skipped like immediately. I like this room. Finn takes no damage, even though she's like 3 feet away.
Whoa.
Thankfully, the range is not that bad later.
Are you okay? They were gonna kill you. Holy shit.
Tougher than I look, huh?
Miles does take an absolute beating in this game. Finn gets him a couple times. Rhino.
Roxxon kept Rhino instead of giving him to the police.
Those random underground guys. In this run, anyway.
Roxxon surprises me anymore.
You okay?
Swords are always OP in every game.
We're out. I'm shutting off security cams. Can you check that computer? What did you find?
So, temporary truce between Finn and Miles again at this point in the story.
The base lockdown first from the control room.
Considering they gotta break out of this place.
First, we need to escape the security wing. I'll go down to the floor, see what we're dealing with.
Considering they both got destroyed by Rhino, I'll be hightailing out of there too.
Door's locked.
Venom worked in the cell.
RIP sound for this one section. There you go. If you're fast enough, it gets jacked up.
I'm headed to the floor.
Right above you.
And here I'll take some of the last full upgrades. I should have full like gadgets after this.
Handle the security goons.
Security cameras are down.
And suit upgrades. We'll go back to this just for kicks. I'm gonna grab a residual venom. Ooh, actually, you know what? Let me take this first. Increasing area effect of Venom Smash is actually like really good. So is this Venom Dash launcher, you'll see that quite a bit. And I gotta leave 3 skill points, otherwise it actually like violates the new game run using like pre-order bonuses. This room is pretty nutty too. Oh, that was odd. It didn't fully hit. That's crazy. Alright.
What was that?
Mega Venom Blast actually got interrupted after we just proved that it couldn't. Like in the cinematic 2 seconds before. Like it did half of what it needed to do. Whew, that could have gone like real south.
On it. Looks like some kind of record archive.
I think because I activated it in the air, he actually like landed on it. There's some oddball stuff with that too. In New Game Plus, you see it quite a bit with because you get a free one when you would have died normally. That's why doing Deathless on like New Game Plus isn't quite the same. In addition to all the other upgrades you have. Like when you get the free revival, he actually goes into a T-pose. Looks a little awkward. You can actually cancel it too, so you kind of get like extra lives almost out of it. If you like dodge right when you would have died, it cancels the recovery on that, and you still retain it like next time you get hit.
Wait, do you know that guy? Is that the reason we got captured?
No.
But here you're just kind of dead.
I knew he worked with Roxxon, but I didn't think he.
There's no real second chances.
I can't believe this.
The other thing for Mega Venom Blast, besides being like a crazy screen clear, is that it does heal you back to full health. Restarting this checkpoint is another Dutch potato skip. Gets Finn up ahead a little bit, saves a few seconds.
Got a maintenance panel here, but it needs power.
Let me see what I can do.
Another small little puzzle here. Not too much to it.
There. Got power.
Accessing. I can't hotwire the shutters, but I can move machinery, like that crane.
Maybe we can use that. I'll look around.
They build engines for their APCs in here. Can you move the crane back to the assembly line?
Yeah, I think I know where you're headed.
Okay.
Yeah, so this malfunctions, and you gotta drag it back over here and create the alternate path.
I think I can reroute power.
Not too bad. I definitely will not admit how long it took me the first couple times. Especially on a run, when I thought I had it figured out. Those are the worst, when you think you have like a relatively easy puzzle figured out and you forget like one small detail that you did not overlook the first time. None of that here, thankfully.
That's our way out. Give me a few minutes to get it open.
Looks like they guessed our plan.
Not hard. There's only one exit.
All right, I'll take care of those guards. You get that door open.
One thing. Did you ever think about calling me to tell me you were Spider-Man?
Time for another donation here.
After my parents died, Rick basically had to become my dad.
All right. We've got $5 from Nexus Palantir saying, "Hey, Scarn. Nexus here, dropped in to say good luck on the run, and I'm really proud of you and all the hard work you've put in. Keep it up, buddy."
Go. I'll be fine.
Thank you, Nexus. Thank you for your service as well, dude. Much appreciated, man. Been there from the very beginning.
We have $20 from the Soothsayer 3211 saying, "ESA is always putting on great events showcasing top-tier gameplay. All the best." And they put that towards the SRM showcase for Majora's Mask. And we have $15 from We Three Monks saying, "Since my other donation got read twice, I felt obliged to send in another. Let's get that SRM showcase." And they did put that 15 towards the SRM showcase. I'm glad my botch can contribute to more donos.
Absolutely, yeah. Gonna do that with all the others now. So this room can be stealth, potentially. However, some of these guys do not cooperate particularly well here. Nice. Without stealthing this one, it turns into a crazy cluster. There's probably at least an additional like 10 enemies that spawn in, plus all the ones that are already here. And we're good.
Nice.
Yeah, that one took a bit to work out. And now we get the new and improved Rhino Fight, which has 3 phases. Rhino is not the pushover he was, for sure, even in this fight. At least on this difficulty, anyway. It's more the Roxxon additional enemies that are a huge problem, but Rhino is pesky here. So the best strat is ping-pong him between these two. They actually don't blow up like they normally would here. I just have to be extremely careful of like, if Finn does her job and keeps them like isolated, it's not too bad, but you can occasionally get like all the Roxxon garbage on top of you, and then you get staggered and then he charges you and it spirals like real fast. Not bad so far. And with this upgraded armor, you cannot use your Venom powers on him, making it a little bit more difficult here. Nice, that was perfectly clean. Looks exactly what I needed there.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is a little hairier. Kind of RNG dependent from what I can tell. You need him to throw all these at you, dodge them, and then energize them like we just did during the puzzle. Whoa, camera. It still worked out, though. Thank you, auto-tracking. That Roxxon stuff he throws down is so deadly. That will also stun you, prevent you from using Venom powers and everything else. And does like quite a bit of damage as well. If you try to attack him in here, he will just like swat you away like a fly. Nice. Ooh. That was kind of unlucky. Usually if he does it earlier, you can just like dodge to the side in the air.
Oh, I'm stopping Roxxon, all right. Definitely. Finn, just stay focused.
Nice. Probably about 2 more waves of that. And the final phase is not too bad, provided I have at least 2 bars. Can almost keep them on permanent lockdown. Not taking any chances with that Roxxon stuff laying on the ground. He should be done after 1 more. Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. I only got 1.5 bars, so not exactly how I wanted it. I didn't think I'd take a tank to the face, but Miles is pretty resilient, thankfully. So phase 3 is almost permanent lockdown if I can get it rolling, but yeah, we should be good anyway. I just need to stay away from the Roxxon soldiers, because they are the biggest problem here. Takes about 6 cycles of this, but if you have the bar, it just kind of fills itself. If you don't, though, this dude is so nasty. I was actually messing with this one right before the stream. One more. Nice.
That was awesome.
That was about as clean as I've ever done on Rhino.
Yeah, well done. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, Kron. It takes a bit of luck with Roxxon like behaving as well, like especially on the first phase, but the rest is pretty solid. The next section of this is where the run gets really good. It closes with like 3 really good boss fights. That one's not quite as good as the others, a little too cinematic for my taste. But the next one is phenomenal. It's definitely the best. And either this or like Spider-Man 2018, as good as a couple of those were. And then just really good like enemy gauntlets.
If Finn goes through with her plan. Oh my god.
Time for more donations if you have any.
I'm not seeing any at the moment, but to all of you in chat who have or play Nintendo Switch, did you know that you can win a custom ESA-themed Nintendo Switch Pro controller? That's right, you can. All you have to do is donate a total minimum of $30. That's not $30 in one donation. That is just a total cumulative minimum. You can do $5 now, $10 tomorrow, $15 the day after. As long as it all adds up to at least $30, you can be entered to win a fabulous ESA-themed Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
Miles getting utterly destroyed by Finn yet again. Getting the Scott Fargus treatment from Ralphie.
Don't worry, you'll have an entire day to understand that reference if you don't know what it is yet.
I mean, it's a Christmas time period game, right?
I need help.
The one cutscene you can actually skip with Genki back at the house. The rest you just kind of got to eat.
I'm telling people in Harlem they need to evacuate before me and your mom go door to door.
Okay, cool. I wanted to say, thanks for always having my back, man.
What I didn't realize until a couple runs ago is that Genki actually does have his own house, like away from here. They reference it in like another spot.
Maybe you could hack Oscorp surveillance towers, or
He's literally over like 99% of the time in the game, though.
That's all right. Thanks, man.
It's a nice apartment, but not like that big.
Would have given him the permanent heave-ho once he spilled the pasta.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
That's never coming out of there. There's no way.
Time while empty tracks down thin. I should check the app. See if people need help.
JJJ.
Looks like Teo's
Thank you. Poor Teo's bodega has been robbed about 30 times this run. As long as the cat's safe over there. Alright, this is the last actual free roam section. Just gonna grab this one time capsule. And then should be pretty much good. I was grabbing the Prowler mission over there, because you actually get 5 activity tokens from that, which does add up. These ones you only get 3. Hopefully we don't die from the train. Thank you. Please stand clear of the closing doors. That's great. You can actually hear that. They don't give you too much time to really mess around on this, unfortunately. But yeah, if the earlier times I ran this, I actually took more of the activity tokens, which makes some of these fights easier. This is another one you can skip right here.
Should head over to the bodega. Looks like should need to hit up Teo's.
There you go. Get the spider sensor out right before your uncle blasts you.
Sorry about this, nephew.
Uncles were definitely not as generous with the unlimited like MTA ride pass, but also not quite as hostile as this either.
Yeah.
So I guess you take the good with the bad. There you go.
Can't let you go back out there.
So this fight has 3 phases. Prowler has his rival cloaking tech, which is kind of a problem. You can only really get like 1 hit on him, even after like a perfect dodge, unless you hit him with like electric, whether from like the circuit board panels on the wall, or remote mines, which are huge. They're crazy valuable in this. The other way is to actually like hit him with your venom powers, but he actually teleports out of it after like 3 or 4 hits, depending on the section. You can catch him with like your webs, which is also what you use on the final boss, to actually like extend the combos quite a bit.
Like this is protecting me?
But
I'm not gonna lose you too.
Other than that, yeah,
And I'm not gonna let people die.
there's not that much you can do to damage him. They do give you a decent amount of stuff sprinkled around there that you can draw venom from, though, however.
Damn it, no.
Just make sure I got all my upgrades in order here. And this one you'll see me use quite a bit. Venom Punch does more damage on camouflage. And still retaining 3 skill points, just so I'm not violating the
I don't want to, but I can't stay down here.
Then I'll do what I have to. Keep you safe.
Not what I was planning on throwing at him. There we go. This starts opening them up. Oh, baby. I try to pull him out of that. That one is basically a free dodge, however. Nice. That was really good. I actually messed up. I should have been doing more air tricks before because I can retain the Venom powers into there. I could have gone in with like a full bar almost. I made phase 1 a little bit more tough, or more difficult than it should have been. But I did retain the 2 remote mons for phase 2 and 3. 3 I may actually get another, so it could be like 3. The key to this is actually getting that first dodge. These phases can last like 2 to 3 minutes each, even without like death, if you don't hit them right. Oh, baby. That was so good. I urge everyone to try this fight on like Raw New Game Ultimate, because he has so much health, especially before you get like level 14 with the extra 20% melee. But yeah, this is by far my favorite fight in the game. Phase 3 is a little nasty, however. I guess every good boss has a doppelganger now, a la Virgil. Oh, baby. Oh! Alright, that was good. Oh, camera! I was spamming so hard for the takedown here. Got a 100 combo though. That is actually like one of the harder achievements in the game. Oh, baby. Man, Uncle's got some serious durability.
Oh, the guy's getting tossed around like a ragdoll.
Dude, I don't know how he's still alive. There we go, my god. That was still a sick fight. Not quite the best I've ever done. I think I've had it like 3 minutes and 5 seconds in practice, but like from start to finish, that was like ridiculously good for an actual run, let alone like in a marathon. I'm extremely happy with that. Almost made up for the sword shenanigans.
That didn't stop you from lying to me, manipulating me, fighting me.
That actually should cut a fair amount of time off my the record. We'll be safely under like 3-hour pace now.
You, me,
time for donations after that if you got any.
That's how it happened between me and your dad.
Oh, not at the moment, but I would just like to remind everyone that we do have some bid wars and incentives coming up. So, for example, you can donate to choose the difficulty for The Legend of Spyro, The Eternal Night, any percent. It'll either be easy or dark difficulty. You can also choose the character model that they're going to play as for Skylar and Pluck's Adventure on Clover Island, with the default model, Samus, and Sonic being the current choices. Of course, we still have the SRM showcase for Majora's Mask. We're at $520 with the goal of $1,000. Keep those donations coming. We're getting there.
I'm headed to the Science Center. Call me if things get bad in Harlem.
I will. Good luck, Spider-Man.
This is the point of no return for the actual game here. I'm getting deep into it. Oh, I actually missed my split, but that is a gold, 100%. That saved well over a minute and a half. So another like stealth section if you want it. However, going in loud is actually like pretty fast on Ultimate, if not necessarily the safest. sword shenanigans. Alright, no interruption there, yeah. They're so aggressive, they gather. That's like actually one of the things that they increase on this difficulty. Is like enemy aggression, enemy health, and damage for sure. They're still not maxed out though, but I don't think there's like an ultimate plus coming anytime soon. Not too bad. A little hairy early, but that place always is. That's part of the risk reward on that strat. You gotta corral everyone for the Mega Venom Blast. The longer you hold out, the more you get up there. There's like no limit on how aggressive they are up there.
Yeah, this'll work. Got it.
If you go a little bit too fast on some of these, sometimes you get some real janky stuff to happen. I've had it where I had to spin them like forward and then back again to get it to register. But we're safe here. No risk of going too fast on this, I guess.
A couple more. Yes. I saw one more. Can't believe how well this is working.
Miles is fairly right on this one. Pretty much just that one room. That's it. Yeah, see. This is another section where Pete would just be like out of luck. Just wouldn't be able to get in.
Oh, sweet. Time to break the underground's toys.
Miles definitely has a future as an electrician, though. That's like 4 or 5 that he's repaired in the entire time.
Finn, you here?
I gotta say, that suit looks excellent in this game. They did such a good job. In Spider-Man 2018, they did as well.
Finish this. You and me. She's got to be with our project. Down that hall.
Alright, 2 cinematic skips here. And then we go into the flashback section here.
I've got the museum map on my phone. Our project's in a special exhibit on the top floor. Can't wait to see our names on the little sign, like real scientists.
Today, Oscorp Science Center.
What was that little truck going up the stair? I actually have not seen that.
Special exhibits upstairs.
This poor woman.
Do you have tickets for
Looked like the Resident Evil remake stair skating. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. Little stutter.
You do, and we're sold out. Can't let you go upstairs.
Constantly aiming and then dropping it. Gotta love that.
So we need another way in.
She said there's no
This is our favorite NPC right there. That poor woman who has to tell them to they can't go up even though they made one of the exhibits.
Yeah, it seems like a hard job.
Yeah.
It'll open.
The flashlight's on our
Not the most intimidating either for security.
They will if we find a way to slide something reflective under the door.
Something
So pay close attention to Finn's palming abilities here.
Beautiful? You mean change his shape? Look at you breaking out the fancy vocab.
Shut up. Shape memory alloy.
She's definitely studying those YouTube videos about secrets of like palming and
Stuff is crazy.
sleight of hand.
Think it's a that's it.
She's definitely on like level 10. I think level 3 was like being able to do a whole deck right there. He's got a massive grip.
All good.
That's not creepy at all.
Still need something reflective.
Young Peter and Doc Ock. The most awkward like high schooler with like old man scientist relationship since Marty McFly and Doc Brown.
Solar mirrors. And sticky on the
At
back.
least Doc didn't actively try to kill his aunt, at least.
I've got the light. Tell me when the sticker's pointed at the sensor, and I'll turn it on.
No one's looking at us yet. Gotta hurry.
Where was she storing that the entire time, too?
Her palm.
I mean, she does throw miles around pretty significantly. How about that flashlight lock?
We did it.
Yeah.
Our project awaits.
Mrs. Scarn didn't go for that on our home system. ADT didn't approve that one. No wonder why Black Cat had so much stuff in like the 2018 version. If everyone's just using like flashlight locks.
What are you talking about?
Hello.
It's a good thing prowlers at night do not carry any flashlights, right?
I'm not gonna vanish off the planet. We'll still hang out.
This curator.
Not that busy. I'm gonna make time for us. Seriously.
Okay. Ugh, this is getting mushy. Come on, let's head upstairs.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Miles.
Hi, Mr. Davis.
That shrug, I love it.
Says hi.
You kids
Yeah.
having fun? Make sure
I should get a shrug emote with her on there.
It's not a big deal.
It's totally a big deal.
Okay, okay.
Shoutouts to
We'll be
Lipples for
Love you, Dad. Bye.
all the emotes and the new Spider-Man emote that she did make for this.
This is it. Our project's in the back.
Think they got a converter all hooked up?
Otherwise, what's the point? They'll need to feed biomass in, though.
They're really packing them in
I
upstairs.
was gonna say, wow, yeah. I could see why you need a ticket to get up there.
Yeah, it's sold out exhibit.
Would you look at that? Genuine? Oh,
I got time for another donation before the run really picks up.
Told us we were in this special exhibit.
All right, I just want to let everyone know that we are at $35,765. We are slowly inching our way towards that $36,000 mark. Keep those donations coming. They're going towards a great cause. That cause is Save the Children. And among other things, they work with communities to create safe and creative preschool environments, to keep children well-fed and healthy, and to take teaching materials into homes so the whole family can support a child's education. They work with national and local governments to improve access to education and develop programs where children can improve their literacy and numeracy skills at an early age.
It's only 3 actual like combat encounters left. 2 monster fights with like every variety of goons they have in the game. And then 1 pretty good boss fight to close it out. Not quite as like fun as the Prowler, but still really good and different. These Hammer Bros are pesky. This is the one time they send you at them with like no resources. So I gotta build at least a bar before I engage them. Nice. Ooh, I don't know how I had a second one banked there, but I'll take it. This is the Hans Gruber moment. Shoot the glass. Yeah, that sword guy is the top priority, as you saw from the last one. That you didn't know what it's in for. Oh, he actually died. I'm shocked. That is not what I wanted, but I'll take it. Ooh, that may cost me. I did not want that takedown. I may be able to, hold on. Nice. I had 2 bars built so I could actually take out the shield dude without any shenanigans there. Oh, baby. It's fairly clean, not too bad.
I need to get to Harlem now before Finn destroys the reactor.
And take the last upgrade here. Last 2 upgrades, I should say. The big one is that 40% extra venom on takedown. You'll see why it's like so important on the final boss in particular. But obviously that's a huge help on any of the regular enemies. I'm not sure how the citizens of Harlem feel about Spider-Man styling his way into a huge fight that's going on while people are getting murdered, but gotta build that venom juice.
Never seen a storm this bad.
Miles Morales pro swinger.
Just need some sick grinds.
Yankee.
Affectionately refer to this split as Big Apple 3 a.m. Actually, not that far from it, technically. In game and in real life, considering the time. Crazy. I gotta watch because there's a this dude is the biggest problem here. Good. That guy usually goes down in 1 hit for some reason. I guess they cheaped out on his Roxxon armor. That is not good. Oh, no way, dude. Oh, I was about to activate Venom Blast. I don't even know what that was. That was so weird.
Oh my god.
I have no idea. Bummer. That was rolling pretty well, too. Well, you see how quickly it turns on that. That was like 1 Roxxon thing I sat on, and that was pretty much it. That was 75% of my bar.
Sorry, this is a great sequence. Want to see more of it?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's just such a great sequence of fights.
Hopefully that's not interrupted by the Roxxon thing again. Yeah, this is arguably my favorite non-boss section of the entire game. I think this is the best for just pure action. That dude doesn't matter. This sniper up here is very dangerous. Oh, she actually got sprayed. That's sick. I wanted the chase down so bad. Just keep in mind for later, I am donating $10 for every death there. If I can't save Miles, we've got to save the children at least. Alright, sweet. Thankfully, you do not have to fight those choppers. Ooh. I like the camera angle. It was not intended.
Sure.
Unnecessary, accidental style. I'll take it all day. Oh no. Boy, that guy went down like an absolute sack of dirt. I'm a little far away from the other shield dude, but I did have a... Yeah, I had the 50% bonus activated. Thank you. Alright, that's the biggest threat here. I did not want to blow so many hollow drones here. Alright, sweet. Man, just that one section. Almost had it too. I was trying to make a Venom Blast as you saw in the other one. Then open golden. It's kind of RIP for record, even if I have like a flawless fin fight, but to be expected.
Guys, listen, hey.
The rest of that was really clean after that sequence.
I can only carry some of you.
That's kind of why this run, it's my favorite by far in this game, category-wise. Just because it is so ridiculously difficult. You're always like 2 hits from disaster, or being put on like your last like magic pixel. And thankfully Prowler comes in to save the day. After Miles clears out about like 100 guys.
You've got more important things to do.
He's right. Go.
Got time for a couple more donations right before the final fight.
I'll be back.
Actually, Scarn, I was wanting to ask you a quick question. What console are you playing this on?
It's on PS5.
The PS5, like the PS5 that people can be entered for a chance to win by donating a cumulative total of $50?
That's
to
great.
save the children?
If it came with Ratchet and Clank, it would be even better, however.
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is donate a cumulative total of up to $50. And all you have to do that is just visit esa.com/donate. And it doesn't have to be $50 all at once. It could be $50 in segments if you want to donate to different incentives or during different times during the course of the marathon. But yeah, an estimated value of $500, and all it costs you is up to $50 for a chance to win it.
Sweet, sounds like a good deal. Another good Insomniac game on PS5. So that cutscene actually used to be skippable until like January. So it's kind of a pain to run against my best time from then, because I'd lose like a minute RTA. But they do in-game time, which is very sensible from the mods here. All right, 4 phases on this fight. The first phase is, I'd say, probably the hardest. So I will burn at least one of the remote mines here.
Don't you see what the reactor's doing?
Good.
Destroying the plaza, tearing down Krieger's monument.
See, she's got that hammer, get back garbage. She's got a lot of shenanigans like that to get you off of her.
If the plaza melts down, it'll take Harlem with it. Who fed you that? Krieger? I ran the numbers. Gotcha.
If you space it correctly, however, just like that.
That won't keep her locked down for long.
Oh, baby. That was still good. That was still really good. She actually whiffs it, which is huge, because those things do like half your bar. They actually used to do like 80%. I think they... I think they actually nerfed that a hair. Phase 2, she goes into that real fast. I did not really want to burn that there, but make it work. Gotta be very careful on the edge, because if you ring out, it actually like resets you. She will just like hit you, and you lose your takedown. You don't even get like the benefit of it. So using like the spammy webs there, that's like the best way to get around her like infinite defense, which is really like most of the damage you take in this. She does have a couple nasty attacks, but nothing like crazy. That was ultra clean as well.
Beautiful.
Hey, Battle Royale, my favorite. Just wanted to chime in and let you know. So
Phase 3 starts off the exact same every time as well.
just fine if this building explodes. Hell, we'll fly and fall apart.
Nice.
I mean, do you have any idea what kind of insurance we've got? Oh, it's Gotham. Being the victims of
We might get the spinner Rooney here. Yeah. Oh, baby. That's where she tries to do like that breakout garbage. But if you grab her right on the upswing, it actually shuts her down completely. I'm glad I got that in a run. This fight again is crazy difficult. I used to consider like 6 minutes a really good time on this. And it can be done in like 4. Alright, last phase. Just gotta watch her, if you... Sweet. Delaying that one gets you a perfect dodge. If you go like right away and mash it, you do not get it there. However, there's another one where you can just mash it, depending on like the 2 attacks you can do. And it's like a guaranteed perfect. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you let her settle in the air, otherwise she like does that garbage, and it's insane the damage. She does like 80% damage just for you like ending your combo on the ground. 107 hit combo on her, dude. Once the glass breaks in the back, she's done. I can't really mess with her during that section.
Aren't you tired yet?
She should be done. There we go. Into the final section. This is all just kind of scripted. It's better off to dodge early so you don't get the slow-mo and slow you down a little bit more, but they made this a little bit tighter timing-wise, I feel like. If you hit her twice, it goes into like the next phase of this. If you hit her once, you gotta do it again. That seems like the most optimal stuff from what I found. Nice. And just one more round of this, and then, not the last input, but the last chance of dying, potentially. Sick. That's it for Finn. That was a killer fight. That's probably the best one I've ever done on our actual run.
Yeah, that was insane. That was awesome.
Thank you, Chrono. I'm definitely proud of that. That was awesome. This is going to be well under like 3 hours.
This shouldn't be happening. I can stop it.
Oh my god, without that Harlem death. I would have been right there for the record. Yeah, that's a gold split. Current pay 257.18. That is really sick. That's the second best run I've ever done on this. It was so close. Without that other room too, that was like, god, 3 minutes I think wasted. Brutal. So there's there's another microwave alleyway now. He's twice the mana Solid Snake is, I guess. And then after the second cutscene, or second cinema, is time. I'll let you know. But I'd like to thank ESA giving me the opportunity to run this. Been a great experience, great motivation to actually like clean this run up and have like really good fights on like Prowler and Finn, take it to the next level. Chrono, thank you for commenting with me.
My pleasure. Yeah, my
Absolutely.
pleasure. It's a great run. It's awesome to see.
Then Nico, Nexus, shout outs to everyone over there. Mick Austin, Zilly, Zealot, Soothsayer, thank you guys all for donating. Evan T, Jack, Sean, Matt, thanks for watching. Spider-Man community as well. Protorth, Floppy, Des Creek, all you guys. Much appreciated. And a special shout out to Mrs. Carn for encouraging me to even like stream in the first place. Being very supportive, even with a little baby Scarn while running this game. He'll eventually take these records down, I have no doubt.
She understands what's actually important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I was gonna have little baby Scarn zip in with the Spider-Man mask at the end, but it is 2 a.m. I'm not bothering his sleep schedule. Any parent knows how much it takes to actually get that sorted out. Alright, so after this next, after he holds on to it and it changes where the glass breaks, that is where time is. It's time. And that's it. That is Miles Morales' New Game Ultimate.
Get them far away.
Pretty decent for your first marathon.
Yeah, not too bad.
It was
I'll
awesome,
take that
man.
run all day. That's much better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you all.
GG. That run
Fago
came
Azure,
in.
how could I forget you guys?
That was 2 hours and 57 minutes and 20 seconds on our end. So definitely under the 3-hour mark. It was a great run.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be donating. Well, what do we have? 3 deaths there, so $30 plus. We'll say 13 minutes under. So I'll donate 95 in addition to the 52.31 for the amount of cutscenes we had. 52 minutes and 31 seconds. So RTA of that is under 205.
That's insane. I know that I was impressed by that run, so I imagine everyone who's watching probably impressed by that run. I just want to let everyone know that I've just been told that we're going to have a bonus run coming in before Vigil. We're going to have Crash Bandicoot 2 Entranced coming up next by Merkaz. So, getting a little bit extra.
Sweet, that should be great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Glad I didn't shoot over the estimate and deny that run from happening. That would have been sad.
That's why they call it an estimate.
For sure.